buy an e-bike, I would recommend getting a mid-drive e-bike. That would be my recommendation for what kind of e-bike you should get. Now, the free options are front-wheel drive, front hub drive, rear hub drive, and mid-drive. And front is limited by the amount of torque and power you can put into it, because it has to tow the bike by the headset, although you do get a two-wheel drive bike in the process. Mid-drive does put more wear and tear in your chain. This is why you have to clean your chain, and if you're riding every day, clean it every week and degrease it. Just wipe it with a rag with some sort of solvent, and then just do that every week, and you should be, and put some lubricant on properly, and you should be good. And get a chain checker. And if the chain jump, get a spare chain link. Well, here I am on the boat. This is my boat, so this is my commute into work. And as you can see, it's almost glassy smooth. The sea gets a little bit rougher out in the ocean. So yeah, and you want the smallest motor with the biggest battery. Why do you want mid-drive? Well, the mid-drive is most efficient because the mid-drive drives through the gears, the same gears that you're driving. So when you're climbing a hill, the motor can employ the same gear ratios that you employ. And the mid-drive is better because the wheels are exactly this. You can just get standard wheels. Like if your wheel breaks, your rear wheel breaks, for example, you can just replace it with a standard wheel, put a new cassette on, and away you go. And it's also easier to change a tire if you get a puncture. And so the thing is, you want the smallest battery. No, sorry, you want the biggest battery with the smallest motor. And the biggest battery with the smallest motor. The reason why is the battery size. And the battery size in relation to the motor size is how long your e-bike's going to last. So this e-bike with 500 watt hour battery, if I'm wearing Lycra and clip-on boots and nothing on it, it can do 45 to 50 kilometers on a full charge. It'll do less depending on wind and all sorts of other factors. But the point is, let's say it did 40 kilometers or 40 kilometers. A battery over its life will have about 1,000 cycles. Between 1,000 and 1,500, so assuming 1,000 and assuming 40 kilometers on a full charge, that means you're going to have about 40,000. Usually, they say it's about 1,000 to 1,500. So let's just say low range. If it does 40 to 45 kilometers, you're going to have the e-bike will last 40 to 45,000 kilometers before the battery needs replacing, or the e-bike basically needs scrapping. So, for example, I was in the bike shop and there was a Scott and it had two batteries. It had a 500 watt hour battery and a 625 watt hour battery. So based on that bike would be good for a pack of 90,000 Ks. Yeah, so this, I've got two batteries because my last bike got stolen, but they didn't steal the battery, so I have two batteries and two chargers. But one of my batteries has done about 580 cycles, and it's done 24,000 kilometers so far. And yeah, so, and the smaller the motor, the larger the motor, you blow through the battery quicker, and so therefore it shortens the life of your 250 to 350 watts is plenty of power for the motor. And that's all you need. And probably if you want interchangeable parts, maybe you want to get a Bafang kit. The Bafang, for example, a Bafang kit the was it PBS02. That's 300 watt motor, and it's your options are you get a 375 watt battery. I think you get maybe a 500, a 600, and an 817 watt hour battery. So you want the biggest battery, the 817 watt hour battery, and with the 300. Bafang, they do sell batteries with they do sell bigger motors like 500 watt. You don't want that for 750 or even 1500. Don't get crazy big motors. 300 watts plenty, good enough to put on a and the bike, donor bike, you want an aluminium bike with a threaded bottom bracket. So yeah, that's my thoughts on what e-bike you should buy if you want it to last the longest possible time, and also obviously gives you the longest possible range as well. And so this bike's a pretty damn good bike. I really like it. Well, I better get going. I gotta go do some work. And that was my commute this morning, and I'll catch you later.